Welcome back to the channel. We're still working on this 1944 John Deere A. Just getting ready to take off this brake. This brake pedal, I believe, now I may have the wrong diagnosis, but I believe the spring is gone on it. This one here, good positive return. That one there, you got to pick your toe underneath it a lot of times or it'll drag. So let's pull this off. Put you up here. I've already pulled the bolts out, so it should slide right out. It's a machined boss, so it just slides right in. And usually if you just grab the brake pedal and just go like so. You gotta be kidding me. I gotta take that out, and that ain't been out for a while. Huh? Well, the stud ain't coming, but I only need maybe 1/4 of an inch and it'll turn, so I'm hoping this. Okay. Has to come out straight because it's machined, like I say, in a boss. Oh, come on, that ain't gonna go out by there. No, sir. I gotta pull that stud. Oh, I hope I didn't Loctite that in. Anyway, I'm gonna get that out. I'll bring you back in a while. Well, I got that had Loctite on it, so I had to heat it, but it's all right. We got her out. We're gonna get it out. I told Carol, I says 2 bolts, nothing to it. Here I am taking other stuff apart. Throw that down there. And that's all there is to it. Not set favorite tools for it, but we'll see what we can do. There we go. Yeah. Okay, this is 1 7/16. Not that tight. I didn't have the camera on, but I loaded it, put the bearing splitter on, had to pull her up. All I could pound it with the impact. I laid it on the floor and I struck the edge of the bearing splitter with a sledgehammer. First tap, I didn't hit it hard, but first tap it come right off. So anyway, it is a tapered spline, which I kind of, once I got going, I remember it to be. So let's see if this will come off. Very nice. So it looks to me like it's just in need of a cleaning. Holy cow. I gotta show you this. So look at the crap in there. And I don't know if there's asbestos in them shoes or not. So I'm gonna very carefully dump this into a trash bag. The drum itself ain't bad. That drum, I turned it years ago in a lathe. I know they holler like a son of a bitch when you turn them. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna disassemble. Okay, so I'll show you what I've found all together. Stuff's just dried out. My main problem, I've probably only got a 1/16 of an inch of shoe there and I'm down to the rivets. I don't have any more shoes here in stock. Well, I say I don't. I gotta look in my box. I never did think to look in here. I do have one for a clutch. That's the one for the clutch. That is one for maybe John Deere D. I don't know. Don't know what that one there goes to, but anyway, I don't have the right ones. So, what I've decided to do, because this thing was extremely dry, I'm just gonna put some grease on stuff. And it had Never-Seez on it before, but you know, I've learned in the last 20 years that Never-Seez dries out. And usually grease don't dry out as bad. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead, put this thing back together. And it's pretty straightforward. There's no real magic in these, other than it's a pain to get the shoes on with the springs, but I got to put my 2 adjuster pins in. That must be all the way back. This one here goes in. This is the one that your brake pedal actuates. And this should travel real free in there. And it's all dry. You can see the Never-Seez on it still. It's all just turned like silver. So I'm going to clean these up, put a little bit of grease on them. And yeah, I'll bring you back in a little bit when I get a few more things put together. Luckily I had another whole brake assembly upstairs. This is the one that I just took off of this brake. This one here is in much better shape. So I'm going to keep this one. This here has got poor threads on it, but it's got a real nice surface up here where it goes through the housing. So I'm going to use this one. This one here, it's got real good threads. I'm going to actually weld this up at some point in the future and bring it back to its standard original configuration. So I got to go and yeah, I guess I'm going to run a die over this before I go any further. So this one here is worn to 856. And the one I just picked up upstairs, $8.58, $8.57. You know, they're within a thousandth of each other, so it doesn't really matter. One feels worse than the other, but you know the mics don't lie. So with that being said, I'm going to put the original one back in. And I'll take this other one that's theoretically a thousandth better, and I'll save that for welding up and turning down. They're supposed to be 875 and they're down to 858 or so. So anyway, parts for future stuff. So anyway, we are going to put some grease in here. This is one of the few things on a John Deere that they don't have a lubrication point for. And that's basically so that you... Okay, if you've got this together right, you can push on your brake pedal. Now, when you're putting this together, make sure that this ramp pin right here is turned the right way. I have put them together backwards. It does happen on occasion. So, just letting you know from experience. So anyway, next thing is to drop this down through and then we'll flip it over because it won't go all the way. Try not to get our fingers pinched. Yeah, let's see. I might have to do a little wiggling. Yeah, got to drive it that way right there. Let's see now. Shell 7, and there she goes. We'll go ahead and put a one spacer on. Put our gear on. And, oh, I gotta look here. Did I just do that wrong? No. Somewhere's here I've got another. Oh, no, it's still in there. I was gonna say I'm looking right for it and it's in there. Okay, I'll bring you back after I get it on. We'll adjust these brakes. I'm just gonna tighten that down, put a cotter pin in it. Okay, I got this back on. And as you can see, it's coming pretty close to that bolt. So, your adjuster, put an adjustable on it, or whatever you want. And you'll hear it click. Right there. One notch. Getting quite a bit further away. I think it still could go one more. Yeah, I'm a little tight there with my wrench. Just like so. And I'm going to quit right there. After you run it, I may have flipped the shoes, so I'm not sure if things are really settled in. But, yeah, stuff's lubricated up now and this is all working, and it wasn't before. So, but I do need shoes. So, this is just on there temporary. I'm not going to order shoes. You know, shoes are $28, $30 or something, and then you can put $15, $20 shipping on top of it. I'm not going to go order that special. It's going to run fine. I might run it all summer, but it's one of those things in the back of my mind. Now, I know I got to buy a set of brakes for this, and I'll do both sides when I do it. And at lunchtime, I'm going to go on over to John's, over at Cornish Auto, and get some 140 weight. Top that off, and this old girl's going to drive out of here. Yeah, it's been in here long enough. And after a while, I get sick of looking at shit. So, anyway, this is going out. Ryan's coming tomorrow. I have sold a bunch of engines to Ryan. He's going to move them and keep one or two for moving it, whatever he decides to. Whether he makes money or whether he just breaks even and ends up with some nice engines, doesn't matter to me. It's his business. But we agreed on a lump sum, and I'm going to keep some, of course. I'm going to keep, I think, 6 engines. But, you know, right now, Christ, I got my 30 engines. It's like, what the hell are you going to do with it? Let somebody else that has time to play with them, play with them. So, anyway, this is going to go outside this afternoon. Got to put firewood in this afternoon. Bunch of stuff. So, anyway,